physical theories are pretty robust. So once the universe was off to a good start, and by that I mean we can explain things pretty much back to the first trillionth of a second, which I don't think is a bad shot at explaining the evolution of the universe. Wind it back to a trillionth of a second after the Big Bang, and we can use current physical theories to explain pretty much everything that subsequently emerged and the way it evolved. So you have dark matter forming masses, globules clumping together, and eventually the visible, what we know as the visible matter, hydrogen, helium atoms starting to clump together within these masses of dark matter, forming the first stars and galaxies. Stars and galaxies, you have a cycle of star formation and star destruction that mean eventually you have a universe with a sprinkling of heavy elements in these clouds, for which a third generation of stars start to form. Once you have heavier elements, you start to get the opportunity to form planetary systems with these stars. And we know that there are many stars in the galaxy today that have planetary systems of their own. So this is not unusual. We can explain things pretty well up until we have a situation where we have a warm, wet, rocky planet called Earth, where we can pretty well understand how we can gather together and form a little parcel of interacting chemical substances that we know are essential for biochemistry. We can even maybe arguably explain how these come together to form crude metabolic cycles, RNA, DNA, other things. But there's a discontinuity of explanation when it comes from explaining how we take that systems chemistry and from it we get life. And life must have spontaneously arisen 3.5 billion years ago, if not earlier. And we know of no situation in the entire history of this planet where life has ever since come from anything other than life. So life has simply not spontaneously arisen, as far as we know, at any subsequent time. So whatever happened 3.5 billion years ago or a little earlier happens spontaneously, we believe, but we don't have a good explanation for how you get life from that collection of chemical ingredients.